And I believe we are immediately going to jump over to our next match of the evening, which Mega Man is going to be taking over with the play-by-play. So my name is Everest, and I'm going to be dipping out. Have a good night, guys, and here's Mega Man.
What's going on, guys? Cannon, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing swell, Mega. How are you?
I am fantastic. We're jumping right into this one. It's already live for you guys, so we're going to get this one underway immediately as I'm going to turn my in-game volume up just a hair here. Quick rundown for you guys of the previous action. It is 3-2. Reliable did take the pistol round in this one. Quick crossing rundown for you. Shazam Dash. After Fugly going to be on the CT side of DE. And then you've got the Shark, Markledon, Robbie, Lex, Abe, and Lightworker on the terrorist side for Reliable. And right now, an interesting round unraveling in front of our eyes as we do see it as a 3 versus 2 situation. Bomb going to get planted at that upper bomb site. Talking about Reliable. Juvenile going to work his way in through Mini. Going to get taken down by Robbie and making it a 1 versus 3 after last man standing. Robbie going to finish him off as well. 4-2 is your score now as Reliable Gaming going to start trying to chip away at this terrorist side.
Yeah, quick analysis of a round that we caught in the middle was that Reliable was actually able to sort of pick apart Lunatic's defense in a way that most teams aren't able, and that was they were pretty much already well into an execute on floor. They were still able to sort of piecemeal find individual pockets of isolation within the site. Like Fugly was able to be caught out over by 2 vent, which is the vent farthest from Squeaky Door. Markledon was able to catch him, and the guys in upper site essentially just fell one after another like almost a row of dominoes.
Alrighty, well once again we're coming back into the full gun round for both sides here as Reliable Gaming going to have those AK-47s. The big green on the back of Shazam here as he's going to be looking for a pick outside. He's going to get smoked off here in just a second. As at this point in everybody's illustrious careers, they're going to be knowing that Shazam is going to put that off to work outside. He's going to be forced to fall back and concede that area for the time being as they are going to be working their way. It does look like it is going to be an upper take here. At least they're going to slow things down outside and work their way back in towards lobby. I'm following in the eyes of Mark Tishark as he's working his way actually towards that ramp room. One member in contention of that area, that's going to be Naf, who's going to throw a flashbang and fall back towards heaven as his team rotates down through the vents slowly. They have conceded that ramp room area. 5-man push coming now from the terrorist side. They've got one member to contend with over there in the vents. That is going to be your number... trying to find him, the number 5-man of Fugly. But Juvenile started this round from Toxic as he's going to take down 2. Still alive over there. He's got Robbie right on the other side. He's going to peek out, finally take him down. Fugly also picking up a frag. Robbie going to chime in with a second frag here. Try to even things back up here. Looking for another one. Mark going to find one. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Snap going to find one, and there it is. Dap's going to find the last one, and that's going to be a round in favor of Lunatic. 3-4.
Yeah, without a plan, Reliable's definitely be put on the save here. That was a really, really good play by Lunatic to sort of identify what Reliable was doing before it actually happened. They sort of set themselves up for success by positioning themselves and really, really well within lower. And Juvie was able to start it. A round's going pretty well for the CTs when you get your first 2 kills from essentially Toxic and lower. Like that means you're pretty much guaranteed to be in decent enough position to deal with any retake or any feint.
Absolutely, that prime positioning paying off dearly for Juvenile, so they are able to solidify that round in their favor. Nevertheless, we do see the save round coming from the terrorist side of Reliable Gaming here, as they are going to be boasting those P250s and CZ75s. Only a Glock in play for Abe this round, but not a big deal. They're going to go for some sky flashes and try to push against this upper bomb site, and that's really going to put Daps in a prime position to pick some off. No, they're actually going to bomb down the vents. Let's see what Fugly has for us. They are going to get the bomb play. Fugly's going to pick up 3. Daps and Naf going to pick up a piece themselves. The defuse going to come in, but a nice play there on the eco round. Going to be able to take down the vents and get that bomb plant. So good attempt there from Reliable. Just suicide pushing into that lower bomb site and get that bomb plant.
Oh yeah, it's a tale as old as time. Squeaky to lower. One of the few plays that I feel like is consistent across all of Counter-Strike. It was a good eco round. Reliable is pretty much sitting pretty right now with having 4 rounds through the first 8. We're going to see if they can actually grab another gun round right here as they elect to go with 5 rifles on T side.
Absolutely. We haven't seen Lex bust out the AWP yet in this matchup. So we do still see Shazam boasting the big green, and we're going to see whether or not he could have worked this round as he is going to have, looks like Lex and Lightworker working their way towards that outside area. That is where Shazam's op is trained. see whether or not he can utilize it this round, as he's been relatively quiet in this matchup, as he's only 4 and 5 on the scoreboard right now. Naf, even though he's 4 and 5, he's got 6 assists already in this matchup, doing big things for his team. And they are going to make that push towards outside. Shazam does fall off of that AWP, and we're going to see whether or not they can do anything in contention in the outside area. Nice grenade actually drops right at the feet of Mark, sitting outside of Hut. He's going to eat 55 points of damage right there. He's just going to push in through that sweep. Taking out Shazam, finally able to get that off to work. After 5-1, that's all he's going to get. Abe and Lightworker chiming in with a couple themselves. 2 versus 2 situation as Shazam and Juvenile, your last two standing on the CT side. Abe and Lightworker trying to get it happening on the terrorist side. They're going to bomb down those vents once again. Might have found a little bit of success in that eco round. Why not try it again? Bomb is going to get planted here. We do see one member working their way down through the fence. He's going to push all the way out. Spots Abe on the backside of the fence. Is going to be able to take him down. That's going to leave it all on Lightworker here in a 1 versus 2 situation. He is over on the opposite side of Toxic, over by the control room stairs. Bomb is going to get tapped here. He's going to get peeky, but he is going to get caught here by Juvenile. Defuse is going to come in. Lunatic taking their first lead of this matchup, 5-4.
It was really, really good. It was a good effort by Reliable to turn around a round that they'd almost essentially thrown away just due to Lunatic hitting some really successful shots. But the play there I would be willing to highlight is that of Juvenile. He goes for the long rotate, walking the whole way through to Mini. And as he hears someone drop into the vent, he knows that there might be a bit of a sound collision where you're dropping vent, you hear that sound. So instead of like fully hearing the footstep, you can't. So he was able to cheat a free sprint toward lower and get into vents at a timing he found more comfortable and essentially won them the round because Abe was caught out in back hall.
Absolutely. So a nice recovery and retake there from Lunatic, able to get that defused, but Lightworker going to open things up this round with a nice headshot onto Naf. They've already gone down secret. We're going to see what they can do with this round now as they're going to push their way in towards this lower bomb site. One member is over there. And that was Fugly, but he's already taken down. Juvenile trying to equalize things with a frag of his own. Another one over there in vents. Shazam going to find him with that AWP from upper. Nice awareness from him as he's come down the vents. Shazam going to get taken down here. Abe, nice double frags there. Takes down 2 with the headshot from that AK-47. That's going to leave it all on Daps here. It looks like he wants to hang on to this AK-47 and save out the remainder of this round. So it should be a 5-5 scoreline again as Reliable again chipping away on this terrorist side, picking up these crucial first half rounds.
Yeah, no, it was a nice slower take. Don't script them much better than that. I'm not sure what Lunatic's way forward is on CT. They seem to be playing a relatively stable defense, but it's clearly a bit of an issue. They've lost, it's arguable, I guess. They've only lost 2 gun rounds, but losing pistol obviously magnifies sort of their current failures on gun rounds. They're going to definitely have to change it up. As reductive as it is to say that, they're going to have to do something completely different right here to sort of mess with Reliable's tempo.
Well, we're going to see what they can do on this CT side. It is a full gun round once again, as they are trading back and forth. Neither of these teams have actually stockpiled a whole lot of money for either side yet. So we will be seeing a potential eco round on either side, depending on which team decidedly wins this one. And it's a full gun round here, so we will see again that harassment coming from outside. Shazam actually up there on the catwalk, going to get fully blinded and pushed all the way back towards heaven. We're going to see whether or not he can utilize that AWP once again. A little bit of a cheeky play here coming in from him, as he's going to be up there on the outside rafters, not able to connect with any of those AWP shots just yet. They have worked 2 guys, Lex and Lightworker, all the way over towards that secret area, and we're going to see whether or not they can actually do anything with that. As Fugly getting aggressive here in the hut area. Robbie and his teammate, I believe that's Mark, right underneath of him, looking for that Asian vent pick. And as of right now, relatively quiet. Lightworker has worked his way all the way down into control room. We're going to see whether or not he can do anything with that right now, but they are biding their time. 40 seconds left on the clock right now. We are going to see whether or not they can do anything. Fugly going to get the first frag. Mark going to be able to trade him out instantaneously. Daps trained on Lightworker's position here. And there's the peek, there's the frag. Daps, nice awareness from him, able to pick him off and try to even things. But Abe coming down through the fence, going to find one. Mark actually getting one as well. Shazam with that AWP from heaven, going to find one, looking for another, going to miss that off shot. And they are going to be trying to hold this area now in the upper bomb site. Bomb is going to get planted at upper. 2 versus 2 situation. Naf working his way back around through Hut. Nice wall bang there is actually going to do a lot of damage, and Shazam is going to be able to get that second frag. And that's going to be it. So 6-5, and that should, well, the bomb plan, I don't know if it's going to force the save on Reliable's side. They do have some money to play with, but only 2 members on their team under 3K. So 6-5 is your scoreline.
Yeah, and if they do elect to do a save here, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Reliable right now, even if they decide that this needs to be a save, if they focus on just sort of trying to pick members off in isolation of Lunatic, that might actually be a little more effective than just straight planting the bomb, because they do have enough.
Absolutely, and costly rebuys this late in the first half could definitely prove well for Reliable here, as it does look like they are going to be going for that same eco round that they did before. They've got Robbie up there on the outside roof looking to do those sky flashes once again and try to get them down through the vents. So they are gearing up for that upper push. Let's see if they decide to bomb down the vents once again. Lex is going to be your point man here at the squeaky door. And really, this is going to be on Daps. So here comes some flashes, here comes some smokes. They are going to be working their way back through that, down through the vents once again. They have the quick rotation. Fugly with the double kill. And no bomb plan this time. Last man standing is going to be Robbie. No guns being dropped either, as Naf going to finish him off. And a flawless victory for Lunatic, is not even a point of damage is dealt. Not even an armor point is chipped away. 7-5.
Right, and Lunatic really, really needed that round just for the sake of their economy, because going forward, even if they were to lose this gun round, it wouldn't be as disastrous had they managed to drop, 3 members that prior round. It was a great way to stabilize their economy, and it was an even better job of recognizing that RG was electing to do the same eco, so let's just straight up counter it by dropping Fugly late vent. He gets an easy double, and they walk away with the round, unscathed, as you said.
Absolutely. So a nice counter strategy going out from Lunatic there. Learning from your past mistakes. That's the Counter-Strike meta right there. And we will be seeing the full gun round once again. AKs across the board for the terrorist side of Reliable Gaming. And that AWP still in play from Shazam. Looks like they are testing the waters outside once again, as Lex is going to be your point man, as they are going to be working their way towards outside. Shazam over there watching for that Twinkie boost. And nothing doing just yet. They've got a 5-man push coming towards the outside area. Shazam going to lob a nade in that area. Doesn't do any damage whatsoever, and he's worked his way all the way back towards hell. So they are going to be able to work their way all the way down. Actually, they're going for a bit of a wrap here, it looks like. Putting some pressure on Shazam up there in the outside rafters. He is going to get one, but he does get traded instantaneously by Lightworker. The nice AK headshot. They're going to go for a boost up there onto the outside rafters. So a nice little tricky play here. Cheeky play from Reliable Gaming. Trying to work their way up in towards the heaven area. And that's exactly what they're going to do, is Lex going to be boosting his teammate up there over the railing. And they are going to be trying to catch them unawares on floor. They are looking for, going to spot that head. That is Naf. Going to be able to lay a dink down onto Lightworker, down to 14 HP now, as they have pushed back that upper take scenario from the terrorist side. They have worked the bomb back towards Mini Garage, and it does look like they are going to go for a bit of an upper crush. The first man dropped. Fugly going to find one. Naf looking for one, not going to find it, but Daps is going to be able to help his teammate. Mark picking up 2 frags of his own. And now pushing out completely. He's still up there in rafters. Time does expire, but Naf going to be able to pick up the last 2 frags. 8-5 is your scoreline, and Lunatic trying to close this out 10-5 in the first half.
In terms of little miracles, I have no idea how Shazam managed to peek out wide, be posted up for the cross to secret, and managed to flick and kill Robbie 1, as he just recognized that there was then 4 terrorists on the left side of his screen. That, oh my goodness, why are they there? Like, that would be my instantaneous reaction, but somehow Shazam managed to get away with at least 1 kill. And it's not every day you get to see 2 counter terrorists posted up in hut with, only 40 seconds left on the round timer. It was really, it just came down to Shazam not walking away without calling something and getting a kill.
Shazam talking about him. He actually saw the shoulder of Lightworker working his way up against that hut wall, or that mini garage wall part. He's going to be able to take him down, and this is a relatively clean round for the CT side. Mark your last man standing with that CZ75 in hand, as we do see a push coming into his hut. Mark going to find him. Finds another one. That's 2 big frags for Mark this round. He has picked up an AK now. 2 versus 1 situation. Shazam and Juvenile, 100 points of health for each one of them. As we do see Mark biding his time here, working his way slowly. He still has 55 seconds to work with. He has no armor. And Shazam looking for that hut peek. There it is. Shazam going to lay him out this round. 9-5 is going to be your scoreline as Lunatic extends their lead to 4.
Yeah, and if you're RG, you're a little bit disappointed. You were at 5 rounds, 10 rounds into this half, and now you're looking down the barrel of 4 in a row lost. It should be ample for a CT side that was as stout as it was against Netcode the other night, but you got to be a little bit disappointed. Raced out to a fairly convincing start.
I mean, they were up 5-2 at one point, I believe, or 4-2 at one point, and Lunatic scratching and clawing their way back into this one to take that 4-round lead coming into the last round of the first half. Nice Molotov work here from Shazam, going to hold that outside push back just a little bit longer. As we do see the full gun round, so it is a full gun round last round of the half. And typically speaking, when we come into the final rounds of the first half or the second half, it's generally a bit of a forced buy, but they did get the bomb plant. No, actually, they did get the bomb plant. They saved last round, so we do have good money on the terrorist side, and they are going to be going for that outside take once again. Smoke's covering that area. Some nice flash work. Shazam barely missing that off shot onto Abe outside. So they have worked their way down into secret, leaving one lurker outside. That is going to be Robbie, posted up by T-side red box. So we do see Mark going to go toe-to-toe here in just a second with 2 CTs. As we do see him working his way around that backside of the vents. Big frag going to be light worker. Abe getting caught by Naf. Fugly going to find one. Mark finds one. Lex getting into the action. Dap's going to drop one as well. That's going to leave it all on Lex and Mark with combined 24 points of health. Make that 2 points of health now as Mark, your last man standing. Going to hop on that bomb now is going to be, I believe, Shazam. Ooh, actually coming around, Mark's going to find him, but Dap's going to pick that one up, and that is going to be a 10-5 first half. So what did we see in this first half that you really liked, Canichel?
I really liked seeing Lunatic being able to adapt to Reliable's play style, and it was just immense. It was a good play. It was good work by sort of acknowledging that they could forfeit different parts of the map without really worrying about what Reliable was going to do. And that last round sort of was case in point. It's very, very rare when terrorists plant the bomb and there are 5 alive for both teams that they can follow through and win that round. Generally speaking, they've wasted too much equipment to get in that position to be able to hold off a retake. Mark nearly proved it otherwise, but it was just really good play by Lunatic to sort of accommodate Reliable's strengths and just capitalize on them when they're at their weakest in any given moment of the round.
Absolutely. So we are coming into the second half here. Lunatic with a 5-round lead, 10-5 at the end of the first half. And a quick roster rundown once again for you guys who are just tuning in. Reliable Gaming going to be on the CT side now. Lightworker Abe, Lex, Robbie, and Mark the Shark going to be taking on Lunatic Esports. That's Fugly, Naf, Juvenile, Daps, and Shazam. We're going to see whether or not Lunatic can keep that momentum going as they racked off 5 straight rounds there at the end of the first half to go in with the lead for this second half terrorist side pistol. So we do see Naf picking up the CZ75. Glocks across the board for the remaining terrorists. And we will see the pistol round unravel here. And Canichel, I've said it before, how important is this pistol round?
I mean, it's, for RG, it means the world. Right now, if they do not manage to collect this pistol round, they're staring at 11-5 with an Eagle coming in. As Daps gets the first pick on Abe on Raptor, which was kind of a silly death.
Absolutely. A little bit too aggressive for some good. We do have a push out. Oh, nice push from Squeaky. Lightworker and Lex, though, going to work. Picking up 2 frags of their own. Fugly picking up his second kill of this round as he is able to make things a 3 versus 2 post-plant situation now as the bomb is planted in the upper bomb site. You do have one up there in heaven. That's Lightworker. One coming up through the vents. That's going to be his teammate Mark. But Naf with that CZ75 in the pistol round going to be able to pick him off. And that is going to be a very solid showing here in the first round for Lunatic right here, as your last man standing is going to be Mark the Shark, and there it is. 11-5 is your scoreline, and a crucial pistol round victory for Lunatic, not allowing Reliable to get themselves back into this one whatsoever.
No, and I mean, my least favorite part of that round was where you have Abe essentially in isolation on railing with Lex essentially fully smoked out in garage, not able to do anything. He can still call across, he can still call if they're stomping their way down secret. So there really isn't any need for Abe to be that far up. If he was going to be there, he would have to have been there the whole round before smokes had even bloomed for that to be viable in my mind. But they lose pistol. They're now staring at 11-5. They really need to start getting guns down on this eco to just sort of get momentum for this half. Otherwise, it might go the other way for Reliable.
Absolutely. We do see them going for a no armor buy here whatsoever. I'm not really sure what Lex was doing in the back of Big Garage, but he does get caught by Daps. They are going to be pushing their way around. Lightworker going to find Shazam with that CZ75 and take him down. Nice span there. Robbie going to find one as well, and like you said, detrimental to the economy right here as they are able to eliminate 2 weapons out of the hands of the terrorist side, leaving only 2 Galils and an AK, and a Dink being laid on a Naf as he's down to 30 points of health. He is going to get the pick onto Robbie there. Equalize things to a 3 versus 3, make that a 3 versus 2 now as Lightworker gets dropped by Juvenile, and that's going to leave it all on Abe and Mark the Shark. Abe up there with the CC75. He's going to spot Fugly coming in through Vinny Garage, but Fugly with that stutter step going to throw him for a little bit of a loop. And that is going to be it for them this round as Mark moves down to Naf, 12-5, 7-round lead now for Lunatic. And you think they're going to go for an early buy here on Reliable side?
I mean, looking at their money, I'd say it's fairly inadvisable, especially if they want. I don't know. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough. It's really got to be a gut call. If everyone's behind buying, I would say go for it. But the safe play is just to eco as they're doing.
Yep, CZ75 is being picked up by 4 out of 5. Robbie, he says, I don't need that gun. He got 2, or at least, I'll call it a kill in 3/4 last round because he killed one and did a lot of damage to Naf as well, even though Naf was able to pick up 2 more frags at the end of that round to solidify the victory for Lunatic Esports. Good grenade going to come in, drops Mark down to 76 points of health early in this one. I'm going to turn my auto director back on to see where the action is happening. Even though there is no action to be spoken of just yet, we do see a little bit of a cheeky play there from Robbie, who's actually peeking to aid his teammate Abe, who's up there on that outside rafters again. Now, do you think this is good positioning for Abe on this eco round?
Yeah, no, this time I feel like it's alright, and it's excusable for the simple reason that he has teammates all around him, essentially, to support and trade almost instantaneously, and they're not smoked out. They're ready to assist at any moment.
And Lex actually getting a little aggressive here. They are going to spot Fugly up there on Twinkie and do a reasonable amount of damage to him. They have conceded the ramp room, and here comes the push in, which ramp room Lightworker with only 20 points of health is going to find one. Pushing out a little bit foolishly, throws his life away to the hands of Naf. Bomb is planted in the lower bomb site, and here comes the push from the CT side as they're going to be making their way. Ooh, Lex actually pushing outside, does find one. Daps and Naf going to work there at ramp. Mark going to get caught as well, leaving it all on Lex, who has picked up an AK-47 and is electing to save this if he can. Does have Juvenile coming up through Secret. Let's try to go for him to see whether or not that can be saved or not here. So I'm ticking away ever so quickly. Lex in a predicament here as he is getting pinched. Does get spotted and taken down. Juvenile going to pick up that frag. 13-5 now is your score as Lunatic extends their lead to 8.
Yeah, I know you didn't enjoy the play as it unfolded, but I actually really like the fact that Lightworker attempted to sort of disrupt as much of the plan as possible without having any teammates nearby. The problem was RG's eco setup there really didn't allow them to have a nice, easy retake of lower, or at least one that would have made a lot of sense. So he actually took a couple of seconds to pause, decide if he should spam the smoke with the CZ, and then peek wide. If he had just elected to peek wide from the outset, it would have been a lot smoother play. He might have caught someone off guard. It's just unfortunate the play didn't work out on the whole, because I personally liked it.
I totally understand your reasoning behind that. I just think that pushing with 20 HP, he might have been able to bide his time a little bit more, but maybe he was a little low on bullets in his weapon there or something. But we do have a quick push down through Secret from the terrorist side. Let's see whether or not Lightworker can put that Masterpiece M4A1S to work in that lower bomb site. As he's actually down there, I believe, all by his onesies right now, as Lex going to be up there in big dodge. Oh, Fugly with a nice flick shot on a Mark after getting dinked. Going to be able to take him down. 2 points of health. Walks away somehow. And now Abe getting aggressive in HUD. He's going to get spotted there from Fugly as Fugly does decidedly fall back in a 4 versus 5 situation now, favoring Lunatic. As we see Lex evening things up. Shazam going to get dropped here by Lex from heaven, and here comes the bomb plant. No, pushing in. He's going to get spotted. Juvenile, that smoke a little bit shallow there as Lightworker going to be able to put that M4 to work. And here comes Daps, going to find one. Looking for more, not going to find it. Lightworker going to drop a second one. Naf going to find one as well. And Fugly through the vents going to find one, and that's going to leave it all on Lightworker in a 1 versus 1 situation. He's picked up 3 frags. Bomb is dropped in the lower bomb site. Naf working his way around. Going to get spotted here, but Naf is going to be able to finish him off. 14-5 is the scoreline, and I see a lot of people asking about the Netcode Guides complexity match. We will be switching to that one as soon as this matchup is over. So just bide your time right now, and we will be switching over immediately following this matchup.
And as gun rounds go, that was a bit of rough luck there for RG. turns out the guy who essentially started off the round with 2 health made the difference for Lunatic, and that Fugly's key flank events essentially won that close clutch round. And it's just unfortunate Mark couldn't squeeze out a little more damage. Robbie's nade sort of skipped the wrong direction. Abe couldn't catch him when he was in back lobby. It was just a conspiracy of either luck or, well-timed plays, however you decide to look at it, that won Lunatic that round right at the end, because that was really solid CT play by RG, ultimately, I think. It just didn't play out.
A fascinating purchase here from the CT side is they have elected to pick up some weaponry here. Lex going for the glass cannon AWP set up here and outside. Gonna be looking for a frag here. I know that the terrorists are expecting an eco around here. They are playing for the win, talking about reliable. We're going to see whether or not they can do that. Well, they have heard the op shot now. They know that they've purchased at least something. As we do have a swag 7 on the back of Abe. An M4 for Lightworker. A nice grenade there at Ramp's going to do some good damage on the NAF and Fugly, knocking them down to 81 and 66 respectively. Juvenile's taking a little bit of flack as well. Abe in hot, going to find one. Lightworker gets dropped in the backside of Vents by Daps, and we're going to see this push now. As again, another good grenade is going to chip more away from Fugly. We're going to see whether or not they can do anything with the damage that they have accumulated so far this round. 4 versus 4 situation. Daps the only one on the terrorist side that's full on health. Juvenile going to find one. Lex with a nice wall bang headshot onto Daps. A little bit delayed there. Ooh, bit of a TK nade. Abe going to line him up. Drops 2 more this round. That's 3 frags for him so far. And Juvenile, your last man standing down there in the lower bomb site, going to be working his way up through Vents, and we're going to see whether or not he can do anything with it. A little premature there as Abe able to clean it up. 4 frags for him on the round. Nicely done for Reliable as they're able to finally get something in their favor. Their first gun round of the second half on a force buy.
Right, and now it's the long road back. They elected to play for the win that round, and now if they can somehow string together 10 consecutive, they'll do just that.
It's a long road.
Walked by very few, but Reliable, they took the first step, and that's how every road begins. Just the very first step. As they're going to see a switch up into the outside setup, as Lex isn't going to be in Big Raj, he's going to opt from Heaven. So I commend this play because switching up your positioning with the op is crucial.
Absolutely, and we're going to see a little bit of an op-on-op battle this round as Shazam's going to pick up his, he's going to get the, what the hell skin is that? Sarah? I haven't even seen that AWP skin, but apparently NAF has it. Shazam's going to be using it this round. He is going to get pushed here from Secret by Lightworker, so if he's not careful peeking around this red box, he's going to get spotted. I think Lightworker might have seen the top of his head. And we are on a bit of a standoff here, so he is going to fall back, talking about Lightworker to the backside of Vents. And still with that AWP outside, Lex going to be looking for it. Shazam finds him, takes him down. The off battle is won by Shazam this round, and that's a good advantage for Lunatic Esports this round as they are going to be working their way around towards the hell side of outside. They are over by that CT red box outside of Big Garage, and we do have a little bit of a push coming from the CT side from Ramp Room. They are going to be able to spot one here in just a second. No, he's in dark spot. And actually a team flash from Abe could have cost somebody their life there, but Fugly actually ate that entire thing. And now they know that there was a bit of a lobby crunch going on from the CT side. Robbie going to chime in with another frag this round. Shazam going to get caught here in just a second. Chip down to 50 points of health. Looking for the frag, not going to find it just yet. Dap going to pick up Abe. Daps answers back. Now it's a 2 versus 3 in the favor of the terrorist side. And Naf going to pick up another one as well. Robbie gets dropped in Hut. And that's going to leave it all on Mark the Shark, who's going to get taken down by Shazam, who opted to pick up that AK-47 from the post-plant situation. 15-6 now. On the verge of taking this one is Lunatic.
Right, and Reliable actually played that round relatively well. Considering they lost Lex early, they immediately accommodated that by pushing 2 up ramp, trying to get as much information as they could. If part of the map is completely closed to you for information, you have to somehow on CT either accommodate it by playing together, playing tighter in a lot more cohesive way, and sort of forfeiting nothing, or just grabbing information as best you can on other parts of the map. It almost worked out. They identified it correctly, but they just did not play it well. They just forfeited Heaven at the wrong moment. And they get the bomb drop, but they lose the round ultimately.
And again, we see a force buy from the CT side. The desperation purchase. We've got a CZ75, 2 5.7s, and 2 Mag 7s. We're going to see whether or not they can utilize those and try to hang on to this one right now as they are down by 9 rounds. Lunatic in the lead here. And Lex going to find one with that Mag 7. Robbie going to find one with the 5.7. And Shazam over there in the secret stairway. Going to get flashed out of that area as he's going to fall back. Try to work a different area. It is a 5 versus 3 situation now. Make that a 4 versus 3 situation. Juvenile going to take down Lex. And we are going to see whether or not the CTs can hang on here. Juvenile finding another one. 3 versus 3. And now the slow play comes in as they are going to meet up here in the Hell area. Try to maybe communicate something here, work their way up towards the Heaven side of things. Fugly going to find Ave, decapitates him with that AK-47. 3 versus 2 as he is oh, he gets pushed from vents, but Lightworker gets dropped, and that's going to leave it all on Mark the Shark. He's only got a 5-7. They've taken control of Heaven. Mark underneath of that Heaven area, down there in Hell, looking for one. He spots the barrel of Shazam. He's going to work his way up through Heaven. And actually jumps over the op shot, but there it is. Fugly's going to plant him, and we're going to switch over immediately to the complexity game. And any closing words there on that matchup, Ken and Chow?
An OKT side followed by a brutal CT. Lost pistols.